Alright, monthly favorites. I'm just gonna jump right in. So last month I spoke about Care of Vitamins, which is a vitamin service that you kind of take a quiz, they give you recommendations, you can either go out and then buy your vitamins separately or you can purchase it directly from their site. So they saw my video and then they actually offered, and I'm not getting any commission off of this, they offered 50% off for you guys if you guys are interested. So it's this subscription service right here. You just have to use the code chrissstttiiine and then you get 50% off your order. And truthfully, my order was only $26 when I first started. When I went out and bought all the vitamins separately at Sprouts, it ended up being over $100. So it was already pretty cheap, and then with 50% off, that's gonna be $13. So super convenient. And then to update you, I did take the month of February off of these vitamins just to see if I would get sick. I did indeed get sick, which is so unfortunate. And then also my energy was down too, which is so sad. So I'm back on the vitamins again. So the ones that I take are, let's see, vitamin C, vitamin D, rhodiola, which is like an energizing vitamin, and then a probiotic blend. And I kind of want to start off every month with things that you don't have to go out and buy, like videos that you can watch or things that you can read. So I'm gonna start off with, let's see, a YouTube favorite. So my friend Ella just started a YouTube channel. Well, actually she's been on YouTube for a while. She makes covers for bands. She plays the ukulele, I believe, and she does a lot of music covers, so she's been doing well with those. But then recently she made a video with a bunch of monochromatic looks, so that's been very inspirational, and I think the outfits are super cool. I love her style both in clothing as well as editing too, and music taste, so I'm really excited for her channel. So if you guys are interested in watching a new YouTube channel for like style inspiration, definitely check out Ella. She lives in Philly but is originally from Arizona, so very unique style. For those of you who don't know my old roommate, actually my current roommate too, skateboards, they're both really good, but Donnie just came out with a video with a couple of his friends called Heist. So they've been working on this video since, well, we lived in this apartment in Long Beach. That was like 4 or 5 years ago, so I guess it's been like 4 or 5 years. But they've been working on this video for that amount of time. So when it finally came out a couple weeks ago, all of our friends got together and then went to a premiere and watched it. And what really caught my attention, I mean, they're really good at skateboarding, but what really caught my attention was the music. So the video started out with this song called A Strange Day by The Cure, which is like one of my favorite Cure songs. It's on the Cure playlist I have on my Spotify, and I immediately turned to Ian and I was like, I love this song, it's one of my favorite songs. But as the video progressed, they incorporated even more and more and more amazing songs. So Meacham, or Robert Meacham, he's the guy who put together the entire film. He just has really good taste in music. I don't know if it's his taste or if it's just a bunch of the guys putting music together. But in any case, it was a very well done film. And I'll have it linked in the description box down below if you guys want to watch it. Even if you're not into skateboarding videos, really just watch it for the cinematography, the editing, the music. All amazing. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you're probably so sick of hearing about this, but this is Blonde Redhead Baragon. And this album, yeah, I just kept playing it over and over again in the past couple of months because my friend Duncan actually recommended it to me. I've always been a Blonde Redhead fan, but I was never one of those really hardcore fans who would wait for an album release and then listen to it. So this came out like I think 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, 2014. The reason why I like this particular Blonde Redhead album so much is because it's just so complex and so many layers. There's so many different songs in different like moods, sung by like both masculine and feminine voices, but it all comes together in a complete album. Because it's really hard for me to listen to an album when all the songs are kind of different, it doesn't really flow. Even though all these songs are different, it flows very well. And all the songs itself remind me of all these other favorite things that I love. So like there's a song called Dripping that reminds me of the album Swim by Caribou. It's really dancey, really upbeat. And then following that song, there's a song called Cat on Tin Roof, which reminds me of like a Murakami novel because it's very Japanese. The beat itself sounds like a cat. So, or the way a cat would kind of like walk around. So, I don't know, I just imagine the set of a Murakami book whenever I listen to that song. And then my favorite song on the album is called Mind to Be Had, and it reminds me so much of the song that I loved from Montreal when I was in like middle school or high school, called The Past is a Grotesque Animal. So it's a really long song and it takes a long time to kind of build up and the vocals come in, but it sounds kind of electronic, very droning, slow pace, and kind of heartbreaking and anxiety ridden as well. And then towards the end of that album there's a song called, I believe it's called Penultimo. I don't know how you pronounce it, but the instrumental itself reminds me of a song from Ennio Morricone, which is like If you're a film student, you would love him. He does a lot of like soundtracks, but it sounds kind of like that to me. They're such talented musicians, and I really think that this album itself really shows that in their variety of work. So definitely listen to it. It's on Spotify. About a month or two ago, I was in a meeting with Amanda Codler of Codler Blake, and she had this book on her desk. This is The House Book by Terence Conran, and he is kind of like an author. He's like an interior designer from way back when, like in the 70s, late 70s, but he has this book called The House Book. She had this on her desk and she was talking about it for a little bit, and I was just like, is it alright if I take a photo of it? I want to research it. I ended up taking a photo of it, didn't even have to research it. I went to a thrift store and then found 2 of his books there, so I bought it immediately, and it was only like $1. So I flipped through it and it's amazing. Everything's just very well thought out. Like there's textures, totally my aesthetic. I love this, and I believe this one's from 1978. Just a bunch of like home inspiration. If you can find this at your local thrift store, definitely pick it up. I've been flipping through that, I've been really enjoying it, and then I also found this book in the same day. It's the kitchen book. I love looking at other people's kitchens. It's like going through people's bathrooms, but this is totally something that I would have now. Like I would style my place looking like this now. So it goes through like the minimalist kitchen, the future kitchen, the barn kitchen, and then I also love looking at like smaller kitchens as well, just because I have a smaller kitchen. And even if I do go out and buy a place or rent a bigger place, I would like a smaller, more efficient kitchen. So I really like this book. And then a few days after that, I found this book, which is the same guy, Plants at Home. And it's amazing. I have this desk, or a desk that's very similar to this. So if you like indoor plants, definitely look for this book. I'm sure you could find it on like Amazon or maybe on eBay, but he makes a ton of books, so maybe just look him up. Something that I've been wearing a lot lately, I'm actually wearing it right now, is my American Apparel trench. I believe it's called the Dylan trench. It's a super lightweight, California appropriate trench with super deep pockets. It's been raining a lot lately, so I've been wearing this nonstop. So if you're looking for like a drapey trench that's perfect for traveling and stuff, definitely look into American Apparel. I know that they're having a sale right now too. I know this is on sale. I think it's like $90 with an additional 40% off or something like that, because American Apparel is going out of business. There's this brand called HEA Ceramics. She actually reached out to me on Instagram and then sent me this mug. This is called the Duster mug. So it's like a cylinder that she kind of adheres together right here and then puts this on top of it, and it's speckly. It's just so beautiful, and it keeps your hot drinks hot and your cold drinks cold without really getting to your hands either. So this will be kind of warm, but it won't burn me. Her ceramics are dishwasher and microwave safe, so that's amazing, which I don't use either of those things, but it's good to know. I just love ceramics, so every time I use this, I feel really happy inside. I'll have her Etsy page linked down below. She has other cups too. There's a girl on Instagram that I follow. I've seen her around in real life a couple times too, because she lives in LA with her husband. She makes these beautiful ceramic wine glasses, or they're just little cups like these, but she uses them as wine glasses. She had an event at Space 1520, so I went out and I bought a couple cups from her, and I love the colors. The size is great too, so I don't like overfill on wine and get wasted all the time. Last year I went to the beach with my friend Danielle and her sister Sabrina, and for some reason we were talking about Mason Pearson brushes. Danielle's sister Sabrina, who works at a hair salon, was like, actually there's only one brush that every girl needs. It's the Sheila Stotts removal brush. It's made for hair extensions. I didn't really think anything of it. I put it in like the back of my brain and then shut it off completely. So I didn't think about it for the next couple months. And then I started seeing it on Into the Gloss. But actually I saw it in a video where Emily Weiss was doing her Glossier morning routine, and she was using the brush, and I was like, wait, why does that sound so familiar? And it was because a few months ago Sabrina had talked about it. So I did a little bit more research on it. There's like a couple articles on Into the Gloss about this brush. So the thing about this brush is that you can use it on wet and dry hair. It's like a wet brush. They're needles and they're spaced out pretty wide, so they glide through your hair. There's a little drainage hole, so you can use it on wet hair. I use it on my dry hair. I mean, it's just a really beautiful brush. And then also a bunch of famous hairstylists around LA also use it too. Like I know Jen Akin swears by this. And you know what? Someone actually mentioned recently that my hair used to look really frizzy up until recently. It looks a bit more straight and more smooth. So I've been using a hairbrush on my hair every single day before I get in the shower. For some reason, I thought that before, if I didn't brush my hair, it would look better, because I do get like frizzy hair, especially at the end. But in the past 6 months, I started brushing my hair every day with this brush, but it has like these little balls at the end, which my hair gets kind of caught on, so I end up ripping a lot of hair out, so I get a lot of like breakage at the end. But I thought that this was the best brush that I can possibly get because it's a Paul Mitchell brush. But then when I tried this brush, I mean, it didn't pull out any hair. It does claim that it's anti-static, which I don't agree with. Maybe it's because it's been raining so much lately, but I did get kind of staticky hair. Anywho, this is around $30, and you can only get it at SheilaStotts.com. I bought it for $28 plus shipping, and then as soon as I went back to look at the site, it went up by a few dollars. I believe it's like $30, $31 now. Shipping is ridiculous, so if you can have a friend buy it with you, that'd be good. I think shipping is like $10, so it ends up being like a $40 brush. Kind of ridiculous. And the fact that it doesn't have balls at the end of the needles, like this right here, it makes it glide through your hair without pulling out anything. On the subject of hair, so Caitlin actually gave me this. This is the Ludemere shampoo and conditioner. It's number 4, and it smells like what I would imagine 1960s Luc Godard film noir actress French girl would smell like. It smells so good. It's 100% vegan, gluten-free, sulfate-free, paraben-free, so it's supposed to be not so bad for you. The reason why Caitlin got this is because she's very sensitive to a lot of hair products, so she got this, but she ended up having a reaction from it, so she gave it to me, and I've been loving it. It's super hydrating, but it actually really cleanses my scalp, so if I go like 4 days without washing my hair, it doesn't feel disgusting. But what I've recently been using as a dry shampoo is this Boscia charcoal deodorant. It's a deodorant, so it's meant for your underarms. There's no aerosol in it, so you can really like just shake it up and then just pump it directly on your underarms, and it's great. But recently I started using it as a dry shampoo, and it works so well as that. It just absorbs up all the oil and all the fuss and stuff without leaving too much of a scent. It has like a lavender scent, which I really like, but it's very light, so it's not overbearing in any way. This works really well. You can travel with it. There's no aerosol. Makeup tools. Back in December, I featured this brush right here. It looks like an oval artist brush, but it's from a drugstore brand. And Nick and Lizzie have been working with this brand for a little while, but it hasn't been out, and it's not gonna launch until I believe this upcoming Friday. I've been really enjoying this, and they're finally launching, so I'm just gonna talk about it now, but it's this brand called LAB². Their brushes are great because they're cruelty free, but they also have other brushes too, like this one right here, which I've been loving for like powder foundations. All their brushes are super affordable, and they feel really nice too. They feel like that NARS packaging. I would say they're on the same price point, if not cheaper than the Real Techniques brushes, but I like these better just because they look so professional. It comes with instructions on the back, because sometimes, I mean, like if you're new to makeup, sometimes you don't know how to use a brush or like where to apply stuff, so you can cut this out, which is really cool. It's super informative, so I really like this brand. Oh, and the bristles themselves, it's Fiber Lux technology, which is, well, I did some research. It's the same stuff that they use in MAC and Makeup Forever brushes, so they're really high quality, super affordable. Oh, and they also make this thing right here, which is a little face scrubber, which I had one from Daiso, but it didn't have this little suction in the back, so this is great because it sticks right in your shower. So if you're washing your face in the shower, you need a light exfoliation, especially around your lips, this is great for that. But you can also use this to clean your brushes too. So what I do is I put a little bit of just soap on here, and then I scrub it in, and it just takes out all the makeup, and you don't even have to do a second cleanse because everything comes out. And the other wonderful thing about these brushes is that it dries pretty quickly too, because I washed this the same time I used the artist brush, and it took almost 3 days for the artist brush to completely dry, whereas this dried within 6 hours. Let's move on to some skincare stuff. So my skin's been pretty dry recently, so I've been using this a lot lately. This is the Midnight Recovery Botanical Cleansing Oil. So it smells like lavender. I believe you're supposed to only use this at night, but I actually use it twice at night to double cleanse, and then also in the morning as well. You use it kind of dry, and then just rub it all over your face. It takes off all your makeup, all your mascara and everything. So I'll rinse that off completely and then do it a second time just to make sure that it's super clean. And then also I'll use it in the morning to remove my skincare as well. Because my skin's been super dry lately, I've been moisturizing twice, and this is the treatment lotion from La Mer. So it's almost like an essence, thicker than a toner, lighter than a serum. I'll just apply it all over and then my skin just drinks it up. And then I'll put a moisturizer right on top of it. This has made such a huge difference and it really retains the moisture in my skin. An eye cream that I've been loving lately, actually a brand in general, is this right here. This is Apto, or APTO. It's a brand from The Ritualist, which is a skincare company, and it's a line of like naturally fermented skincare. This smells amazing and it's super hydrating, and it has a little bit of like, not shimmer, but like glow in it. So I use it during the daytime and I'll just pat it right under my eyes and it really just brightens it up. So definitely check out this line. They're made in the US, cruelty-free and non-toxic. On the subject of skincare, I've been using this Kiehl's Apothecary Preparations mixture. They actually cater to your own needs. So you go in and you get a consultation and then you pick out 2 things that you want to improve on your skin. They give you little tubes and you mix it when you get home so that it stays fresh. So my 2 concerns that they put in here is a brightening complex and wrinkle reducing complex. I've been using this for the past actually couple months now, and the first time I used it I didn't read the directions, so I used an entire pipette full of it and my skin was just raw the next day, so I just really didn't like it. I put it away for a little while and then I read the directions over again. It says just to use 2 to 3 drops because this is super potent. So I started using 2 or 3 drops and I noticed a major difference. Like the wrinkles under my eyes, I started getting these little wrinkles in my eyes and those are completely gone. Even the wrinkles in my forehead, which I got like maybe about a year ago, those have reduced significantly. The tone of my skin, all the scarring and stuff, has faded dramatically. So I really like this. I highly recommend stopping into a Kiehl's and then getting your personalized mixture. On the subject of getting your own personalized mixtures, this is from Lancome. It's a foundation that I've been using a lot recently. I love the way it looks on my skin. I asked for like a sheer coverage. So they capture the color in your face and then they mix it all together and then put it into a foundation. They ask you what kind of coverage you want. I wanted a sheer skin-like coverage, so this is perfect. The only thing I don't like about this is that the packaging really sucks. Like the cap is falling apart. There's all these little fractures and I've only had it for a couple months and I do have a lot of different options too, so it's not like I'm using only this. So I don't know what the deal is, but they need to improve on the packaging. I mean, I would buy it again even if the packaging sucks. A jewelry company that I've been really into lately, I'm actually wearing it right now. This is Year 901. Ben, who's the designer of this company, recently gave me this. And we met up, we got Vietnamese food. She's such a sweet girl. She lives in downtown LA. She gave me a set of earrings, not these ones. This is from my last month's favorites. She gave me a set of earrings that were kind of like little horseshoe pin things, and then also another ring. This, as soon as I put it on, I haven't been able to take it off, and it's just so subtle, and I've gotten so many compliments on it as well, so it's been making me really happy every time I look at it. Also, on my nails, I'm wearing J.Hannah, which is a jewelry designer. She started making her own polishes, so this is from her. The color is called Artichoke. I'm gonna start listing everything that I have on in the description box down below too, so definitely check there. On my eyes, I've been using this Glossier Generation G lip color. It's called Leo. It's like a brownish color. It's super creamy, so when you apply it on your eyes, you can really spread it out evenly. Oh, and I became a Glossier rep pretty recently. So a rep is basically just a bunch of fangirls of Glossier, and then we pick out our favorite products. So if you guys want to shop my favorite products, I'll have a link down below. And if you guys are shopping for the first time, you can get 20% off your order. So I definitely suggest getting Boy Brow. So that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!